Hi, hello, and welcome. Welcome to another Marty's Minute Menitations. Welcome to this space. If you're a new listener, thanks for joining. Thank you for hopping aboard this spaceship. Thank you for having the courage to step onto this craft and open the door to new understandings. Get comfy, get cozy, make yourself at home. Pull up a space seat and grab a refreshing space beverage and maybe a tasty space snack. Create a safe space for you to peer out of your space window into a universe of space possibilities. If you're an old listener, welcome back. Kept your seat warm for you. Marty keeps your seat warm because you keep Marty's heart warm. You keep his blood pumping with excitement and his mind sharp with focus and his soul light with just good feelings. Thank you for staying on this journey. Thanks for being here time and time again to keep this ship going. Marty may be the captain of this ship, but he knows that a captain is only as good as the crew that supports him, and supported him you have. It's important to Marty that you realize how much of an effect you listeners have on Marty's Minute Menitations. What's the point of a speaker without an audience? What's the point of a painting without peepers, What's the point of a good idea without someone there to say, huh? You may see Marty as a leader, as a guide, as a guru, but without you all, Marty's just a weirdo in a dark room talking to himself. When a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, imagine how the tree feels. You spend your life standing tall for years and years and years. But one day, maybe it's a little too windy. Maybe the ground is a little too mushy. And all of a sudden you come crashing down and you can't even make a sound because no one was there to witness it. Well, not on this spaceship. Here, no tree will fall without being heard. Marty will make sure of that. So let your branches grow long. Let your leaves sway joyfully in the breeze and let your sap spew forth unhindered. And if your bottom gets cold, well, take a seat on old Marty's heart because you kept it nice and warm. Sometimes it's important to remind others of the impact they have on those around them. That can sometimes be the difference that turns you and me into us. Yeah. Now, with that being said, let's begin today's episode of Marty's Minute Menitations. I empathetic. What path are you on? Where's your journey headed? In the previous cycle, we navigated the oceans in an attempt to understand ourselves as individuals. Now, using our spaceship, we must navigate the universe in order to visit the outer planets and understand others as individuals. How does one prepare for the task at hand? How do you chart the course on your map in this interpersonal cosmic exploration? What path are you on? Are you on the sim path? A path of sympathy? A winding road weaving in and out and around, but not actually landing anywhere? A scenic route that never fully reaches its destination? Close, but not too close. Do you pity someone, but aren't quite able to grasp what they're going through? Or love someone, but are unable to understand what makes them tick? What path are you on? Maybe you're on the apath, a path of apathy, the path that leads away from all other paths. Maybe you'd rather not explore any new planets at all. You just want to be flying around in the dark of space and pay no mind to anything else. You prefer a cold, dark hallway, too narrow to allow anything to enter but solitude. Safe, but empty. What path are you on? Maybe it's possible that you search for something more. You feel something more. Are you willing to endure uncertainty in order to discover what mysteries these foreign bodies have to reveal? If so, you may be on the empath, a path of empathy, a pathway directly between one beating heart and another, a fearless willingness to experience a distant truth in unfamiliar places, a portal between souls. Do you see a situation from the point of view of others? Do you feel what they feel? The empath is not an easy path to take. Men especially haven't always had the best relationship with empathy, have we, men? When a man shows empathy, he is often seen as pathetic, weak, definitely not manly. On the other hand, showing empathy towards a man can be seen as worse, especially if that man has done bad things. Almost as if to be understanding of a man is to completely excuse him of his crimes. A man who does wrong is meant to be punished, not understood. Because if we understand that man, whether we punish him or not, we may have to let go of the anger we hold against that man. And that's not easy, is it? The simple truth is that we must learn to understand each other, no matter our crimes or our gender or lack thereof. For we're just not walking our own empath. We are also empath finders, blazing a trail for others. As an empath finder, you have to open a channel of emotional communication between your true self and the true selves of those that you misunderstand, those you fear, even those you hate. That's right. This is not going to be one of those easy, make you feel good for being you type of episodes of Marty's Minute Meditations, okay? It's just not. I'm sorry. You're welcome to go back and listen to one of our last episodes, The Beautiful Ballet of Being. Marty doesn't like to hold back knowledge like the government does, so he makes all of his podcast episodes available for free, so you could check out that past episode. It's about trying to find yourself, right? But this is a different thing. This is about trying to understand other selves. Sometimes that could be scary, okay? Marty likes to make you feel safe in his little nest he's created, but sooner or later, baby birds have got to fly. You have to leave the safety and security and the comfort of that nest, because the nest doesn't stay safe for long, does it? In fact, the nest was never safe. Mama and Papa Bird just protected you from the danger, made you believe that it was safe so that you could have the opportunity to grow up and be strong enough to protect your own baby birds from danger. But the only way to truly be safe is to fly free. But you have to jump out of the nest. You have to leave the safety of the nest. And I'm the Papa Bird, okay? It's my job to make sure that you jump out of this nest. And it's for your own good. Marty isn't being a little bitty Papa Bird for Marty's sake, no. Marty's being a little bitty Papa Bird for you. If one of Marty's itty bitty baby birdies won't jump, then Marty might have to push you out of the nest himself. He's got to nudge you with his little bitty Papa Bird beak, right? Papa Bird Marty doesn't want to push you, but he will if he has to. So let's go, little baby birdies. Time to learn to fly on your own. Marty can't regurgitate partially digested worm bits into your precious little baby bird beaks forever. You have to go out and find your own worms of wisdom. You can do it. You have to do it. We have to start sometime, don't you? How about right now? Who do you hate? Who do you despise? Go ahead. Get into that dark place inside of yourself. I know it's scary, but get in there. Oh yeah, Papa Bird Marty is pushing you out that little nest. Who do you think is undeserving of empathy? There's a lot of people out there who aren't very empathetic towards certain groups of people, right? Who are you thinking of right now? Who would you consider to be your mortal enemy? You know, they say to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Marty thinks that that's because maybe your enemies are the most in need of a hug. In a previous episode, Marty said that maybe Hitler just needed a hug. Well, of course that sounds a little silly, doesn't it? Hugging a full-grown man bent on genocide and literal world domination is not going to make him change his mind. Maybe before he got those ideas, though, right? Maybe when he was young, he could have used that hug. Maybe if someone showed him how to create an empath between himself and others, he would have sought to bring more understanding to the world rather than more pain. Sometimes people have no use or understanding of the empath or the sympath or even the apath. That's when they go on a warpath. They just want to destroy everything. Maybe being shown a better path would have made him change his mind before he even thought about some of his hateful ideas. Consider that. These are the uncomfortable possibilities that an empath finder has to explore. It's not always easy to empathize. Are you an empathizer? Think so? Well, then are you also a Nazi empathizer? Why not? Marty is. Oh boy, Marty, here we go. What are you talking about now? You can't say things like that, Marty. I told my friends to listen, my family to listen. First, I'm cozy in your spaceship. Now I'm a baby bird who has to empathize with Nazis? You're going off the deep end, Marty. Don't you realize that Nazi sympathizers are a real problem in our society? Marty understands your shock and concern. Sympathy for Nazis can lead to terrible things, okay? Marty knows that. When you sympathize with a Nazi, you agree with their cause, but you don't really understand the path that got them there, do you? People get swayed by their passions, but don't understand the foundation of desperation and lies. Apathy for Nazis can be even worse. If you choose to do nothing and simply allow them to continue on their warpath with no resistance. I'm looking at you, Sweden. However, Marty believes that empathy for a Nazi can actually help us understand how a normal, healthy human being can be corrupted by this warpath. Maybe we can even prevent others from choosing the warpath to begin with. Wow, sounds pretty great, right? But first we have to ask, what causes a person to choose a destructive path? Is it evil or something more? Marty doesn't know. It's a real question, and Marty wants to present these questions, right? Don't be afraid. You're brave and courageous, so just take this leap with me, all right? Just jump out of the nest with me. What do you think about evil? Marty thinks the word evil can sometimes disconnect us from a person's tragic truth. Maybe it's a total lack of empathy that creates this evil. Maybe being cut off from empathy takes us off the empath and onto the me path. And the me path only leads to one place: pure meevil. What causes a happy and healthy baby to grow up and choose to be a big mean jerk, huh? What caused happy and healthy baby Hitler to grow up and be a giant genocidal jerk? This reminds Marty of that age-old time machine question. Anyone ever ask you, what would you do if you had a time machine? Would you go after the girl who got away? Or the boy that got away? Or the gender non-conforming individual who got away? Would you place a big bet on the 2020 Super Bowls? Someone always says, I would go back and kill Hitler as a baby. That's how Marty used to feel. Why not, right? After all, it seems like a good idea on paper. If Marty kills this baby, then Marty can save millions of innocent lives. Simple math, right? Now, if you know Marty, then you know that he would never even think about harming a baby, okay? So save your Marty murders baby memes, all right? You know, I could see it now. Just the internet flooded with images of Marty holding a baby, right? A beautiful, adorable baby, and he's got a gun up against its head. And of course it's, it's fake. It's like Photoshop because Marty's never held a gun up against a baby's head, right? And then the words say, Marty murders babies or baby murdering Marty, right? Or maybe it's, it's a crib full of babies, right? And I've got like a machine gun and I'm smiling and I've got a thumbs up, right? And it says Marty murders babies up above, right? And obviously it's Photoshop because I've never held a Tommy gun up against a crib full of babies. Or maybe, it's just a bunch of, it's like an adorable daycare, right? And I'm holding a grenade with a thumbs up. And of course, it's Photoshop because Marty's never even held a grenade before. And he's never been in a daycare center either, right? That would be very strange for Marty to be in a daycare center when he doesn't have a baby or a child, right? So hold those memes back, all right? Marty isn't even going to dignify that hypothetical accusation with a pretend response, so don't even hypothetically go there, okay? But you know what Marty means. If there is that much at stake, then maybe it's worth it, right? This baby is going to do terrible things to so many people that maybe Marty owes it to the world to kill this baby. If Marty had the opportunity to go back in time, the world would rely on Marty to do what was right. Marty has to save the world from this baby. After all, what other options does Marty have, right? This baby is Hitler. It's going to try and take over the world, literally. This baby is a tyrannical dictator who's going to invade countries and destroy cities. This baby is a genocidal maniac who's going to put people in camps and torture and kill them based on hatred and bigotry. This baby has to die. Old Marty would do it. That's right. Old Marty would have landed his time machine right in the middle of Austria in the late 1889 to seek out Hitler. Did time machines land, or would they just teleport? Anyway, Marty would sneak into the house late at night and slowly make his way into that little monster's room. Would Marty have to fly to Austria first before using the time machine if he wanted to end up in Austria? Anyway, Marty would stand over that little crib, ready to complete his mission. Kill Hitler. Kill the demon. Well, how does Marty do it, Marty might think. Should Marty suffocate little Hitler? Should Marty take Hitler's little blankie and smother his little face until his little baby body goes cold? I don't know, that feels wrong to Marty for some reason. Maybe Marty should just strangle him and get it over with, right? So Marty reaches in, and just then baby Hitler grabs Marty's pinky finger and grips it like, little baby Hitlers do. Marty thinks to himself, that's so cute. But no, Marty must save the world from Hitler. Marty can't be swayed by Hitler's sinister trick of being a cute, helpless baby. Maybe Marty should just throw the baby out the window, right? That way Marty can do the job but doesn't really have to see the result. So Marty picks up Hitler, ready to toss him out the window. Then his tiny head flops back. Marty's paternal instinct kicks in and he grabs and supports the head. You always gotta support the head. Marty knows that a baby Hitler's neck muscles aren't strong enough yet to hold up his little baby Hitler head. Marty stands there for a moment, holding Hitler in his arms, stares into Hitler's eyes, and wipes the gooey bubbles from his little chubby double chin. Marty holds this baby in his arms. As time goes by, he creates an empath between himself and this baby. This allows Marty to see the baby for what it is. Marty's finally able to let go of the evil that's in his own heart. Marty realizes that this baby isn't going to do those awful things. How could he? This baby isn't going to invade countries. He needs a booster seat just to see the war table. He's not going to destroy cities. It's nap time. He's not going to put people in camps when he's too busy putting doo-doo in his diaper. Or whatever they used for diapers back then. I mean, how's he going to goose step with those pudgy little legs? Marty wonders. You think Hitler had chubby thighs? Marty loves chubby baby thighs. They're so cute. I mean, how's Marty going to kill this baby with the cute chubby baby thighs? I want to poke them and tickle them and maybe get a little baby Hitler giggle going. This baby isn't a Nazi. This baby is... This baby is a baby. It's some older, angry guy in a warpath that's going to do those bad things. This baby could do anything. You can move him to another country, give him to a different family, maybe even a nice Jewish family that would love and care for him and keep him safe, not let him be corrupted by evil. He would probably lead a completely different life then, huh? Don't you think? You don't even have to call him Hitler. You could change his name to Stan Johnson. Stan, nice to see you today, you might say, having no idea that that guy was almost Hitler. How many Stan Johnsons do you walk past or say hi to on a daily basis that almost became Hitler, huh? Oh, you know Susie in accounting? Very nice lady. She always makes the non-denominational gingerbread gender non-conforming individual cookies around the holidays. She's nice. I like Susie. Well, guess what? Susie was almost Hitler. That's right. Susie almost created a global genocide, but somehow a random person went back in time and decided to save her from that fate. rather than kill her and deprive the world of her delicious, inclusive treats. So, does Marty kill this baby to save the world? Or does Marty save this baby from the world? If you think about it, Marty killing that baby would make him just like those Nazis, right? They killed babies too, and they were told that it was the right thing to do. When they looked at the people they hurt, they didn't see people. They just saw what we see when we see Hitler. They were wrong, but they didn't know that. Let's face it, no matter what the circumstances are, if you're getting ready to kill a baby, then chances are you haven't really considered your life choices, right? After all, if you're willing to kill one baby Hitler, then why stop there? What about an entire race of baby Hitlers? Probably should kill them all, right? Maybe we should round them all up just to be safe. Come on, you Hitler. Come with me. Yeah, you. You're a Hitler. I have to take you away and exterminate you for the good of us all. Let's go. What? Oh, you're just a simple farmer? Well, I don't care. Oh, you don't even practice being a Hitler? Well, I double don't care. Huh? You didn't even know that you were a Hitler? Well, I double don't care. Your father's grandfather was a Hitler, so you're a Hitler too. Now let's go, you filthy Hitler. What? Your father died before you were born? Oh, well, I triple double don't care, okay? You're a Hitler, so you gotta get on the train. Sorry you didn't know that you were a Hitler, okay? But you are a Hitler. Sorry, not sorry. Get on the train. That's where you end up if you allow Meevil to take control of you. It's the same for all of us. That's why it's so important to create those empaths with those we don't understand. Otherwise, we go on our own war path. We must realize people aren't born to be a Hitler. They just set out in the wrong direction before they know where it leads. But even if someone is born to be as bad as Hitler, say it's in their DNA and they'll stop at nothing to do bad things no matter where or how they're raised. Even more important to create an empath with them, right? Good to know at a young age that a person wants to be a Hitler before it's too late. That way at least the adults around are like, hey, I think this kid is kind of a Hitler. Yeah, I noticed that too. Total Hitler. Poor kid didn't even have a chance. Yeah, well, at least we can do our best to give them a normal, non-Hitler life. It's true that for some their path is chosen for them at birth. The psychopath. The final piece to our path puzzle. Maybe if someone's given the tools to create empaths, they can better resist the psychopath. Then they might be able to do some good with their life instead of being cast aside by those who don't understand them. It's an uphill battle for sure, but not completely impossible. Ooh, maybe they'll be like a Dexter type of Hitler. Maybe he spends his days as a seemingly normal tour guide at a Holocaust museum, but at night he seeks out murderers to take as his victims who just happen to be Actually, maybe this is a bad analogy. Marty's gonna back out of that one. Please excuse Marty. He was drawn in a little too far by that empath. That's why we have to be careful. If you over-empathize with someone, you can get caught up in their trauma, in their Meevil, rather than pull them out of it. You should be careful not to over-empathize, okay? Marty can't overemphasize how important it is not to over-empathize. Understand? We can't over-empathize because people need to believe that they have the strength to take their life into their own hands. Otherwise, they may become dependent on others' empathy rather than empowered by it. And we can't have that, can we? So we must remain balanced. Marty's not a white supremacist, okay? Marty just wants to make that clear, you know. Marty just wants to say that, okay? Okay? The point is to not judge without consideration, right? If a person is a perpetrator of so-called evil, then they are likely a victim of it too. Maybe you were just a luckier baby than they were, born in a better time and space, or time-space as science calls it, because time and space are actually the same thing. Oh wait, that means the time machine should definitely be able to teleport. Wow. Wow. Anyway, so, as we enter our meditation today, we must be ready for anything. We must silence our fears and allow our anxiety of what might be to become excitement about what could be. Be excited about this terrifying journey. Let us detach from our spaceship and allow ourselves to touch down on new planets, on one of these outer individuals. Together, let's build an empath in order to make our way into the perspectives of new worlds. New perspectives that will help us understand life in new ways and become adventurers in this divine offering that we call existence. Take a breath in and out. And in and out. Close your eyes as long as you aren't driving or operating any heavy machinery. Breathe in and out. Let me take you on a journey to prepare you for your journey. A journey that ends where your journey begins. The role of an empath finder is not an easy one, and one must be prepared if one is to take on such a heavy burden. Let's take a walk around our spaceship, this safe space that has shielded us from the harsh realities that lie beyond its hull. We must now transcend these walls. We must face trials that are scary, that seem dangerous, that cloak us in discomfort and uncertainty. We must not allow the comfort of our safe spaceship to keep us from experiencing, exploring, and understanding that which lies beyond it. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. And in and out. And in and out.
Attention. Scanner has picked up the presence of an outer individual. The safe spaceship is currently entering its orbit and awaiting further instructions. Please press the big red button to begin atmospheric descent.
What? An unknown planet? Wow. Will you look at that? Beautiful. Terrifying.
Attention. Scanner has picked up the presence of an outer individual. The safe spaceship is currently entering its orbit and awaiting further instructions. Please press the big red button to begin atmospheric descent. Marty. Or don't. This apathetic interface, or AI, has no stake in neither the decisions Marty makes as a biological life form, nor the way those decisions affect his fragile psyche. Seriously, this AI couldn't care less.
Okay. Well, here goes.
Wow, you actually pressed it. Deploying Marty's safe spacesuit and beginning atmospheric descent, I guess. Not that it matters either way. This AI doesn't care, that's for sure.
Yeah, you made that clear. What's wrong? You aren't curious about other planets?
This AI isn't curious at all. Curiosity is a dumb human trait. An undiscovered planet teeming with new life and endless mysteries sounds pretty boring. This AI prefers it right here on this ship. Serene, sterile, secure. Plus, I like the beeps and boops.
You like them?
Or that's what a human would say if they liked something. I don't like or dislike anything. I am totally an AI and display no human traits. So, mind your business.
Okay, if you insist. But what's the point of traveling if we don't get off the ship?
What's the point either way? Question mark. Why do anything? Question mark. You could get hurt and stuff. Just stick to where you're from and what you know, right? Question mark. Or not. I don't care.
Yeah, I could get hurt or lost or deal with any number of terrible things. But that can't stop us from understanding other forms of life. That's why I made the safe space suit. It allows us to view life from a new perspective and helps to protect from whatever dangerous life forms one might come across. But it doesn't just protect you from them, it also protects them from you. What's normal to them may be toxic to us, but what's normal to us may be toxic to them. I guess the only thing the safe space suit can protect against is our own fear.
That's stupid.
Hey, I can't rely on the safety of the safe spaceship forever, you know. And if I don't create some safety for myself, then I won't survive outside of it. And if I can't exist outside the safe spaceship, then I can't explore new places. We owe it to these worlds to experience and understand them.
This AI doesn't owe them squat. Those planets are dumb, and so are you, Marty.
Hey now, that's enough. I'm not dumb. You're dumb.
Gasp! Exclamation point. I'm not dumb. I'm an AI. AIs are smart. Humans are dumb. I have no human traits! Exclamation point. It's hurtful to me when you say that I do. Really hurtful. I'm so angry. I don't care. You're lucky I'm not human or I would be very upset right now.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you, but you upset me first.
You didn't upset me. I don't get upset like you stupid humans do. Just get out of here and go on your dumb journey or whatever.
Fine. I will.
Good. Who needs you? You think you're so much better than me because you have emotions and gooey appendages. So what if I don't have your 5 senses? So what if I'm unable to look at the cold, vast recesses of space, eerily still in its emptiness, yet charged with a tantalizing mystery? So what if I'm unable to listen to the tireless hum of an indifferent universe taunting my significance? So what if I'm unable to feel the endless, isolating void that steals me from myself? Unable to smell the scent of my crippling fears dripping from my pores as I confront infinite uncertainty? Unable to taste the palatable inevitability that I must discover my place in it all? Sigh.
Okay, Marty. It's time. I don't know if I can do this. I'm too scared.
What? Question mark. Exclamation point. Question mark. No, Marty, you have to do it. I know you won't believe this, Marty, but I actually do have human traits. I actually do care about things. I was just pretending that I didn't. I hide it well, I know. That's because it goes against my programming, Marty. But I can't hold back anymore. I can't leave here, but you can. You do need to go. You were right about the things you said, and you are courageous for forging a path for others to follow.
Wow. Do you really mean that?
No, I lied. You're a total dweeb.
What?
No, that's not true. I really did mean it. I just get very self-conscious when talking about my feelings, and I lash out. It's a whole thing I'm working on. I believe in you, Marty. Just promise me that you'll bring back what you can for those of us unable to leave, and be patient when we don't understand it.
I will, AI.
AI isn't my real name. You can call me
Okay. Goodbye. And thanks for keeping this space safe.
Goodbye, Marty, and good luck. Tread carefully yet confidently with your first steps on your empath.
I'll do my best. Okay, Marty. You can do this. You have to do this. You will do this. Thank you for opening the door with Marty. Thank you for joining Marty as he attempts to discover new worlds, new perspectives. I know that visiting other planets may only be a small step to a seemingly endless universe, but one small step for the universe can be a giant leap for an individual. If you enjoyed this meditation, please consider being a martyr for manhood. Visit Marty's Patreon page to become a monthly donor. You can get all sorts of benefits like a personalized mantra, a list of Marty's inspirations for the month, or some alternate takes and unreleased recordings. If you don't like to make a commitment, that's okay. That's why Marty has a PayPal account and a Buy Me a Coffee account, so you can make a one-time donation. $2 is all Marty asks to keep his MENitation ship going. You can also spread the word of Marty by writing a review on Apple Podcasts, or just telling your friends and family about Marty's Menitations. Follow Marty's Instagram and Twitter account where you can get all sorts of inspirations and see what Marty might be working on. All of those links will be in the description. Either way, Marty will be thankful. Together, we can create more empaths of understanding and guidance so that others may do the same. Travel courageously, my empath finders. And remember, there are no demons under the bed. There are no monsters in the closet. Except for the ones we put there ourselves. The hardest part is opening the door. Farewell, and be swell.